This is what I call protective packaging. This is from Daniel all the way down in Australia. He gave me looks like a bunch of challenge locks inside of there. And of course it is secured. It is a tiny little, yet very high quality. It's a little Lockwood padlock, something you'd expect to see on a suitcase or something like that. And then he sent me a letter, and it's interesting because down here we got a custom made pick. And I took a glance at that, and I thought, wow. And then I read his letter here. It says, a love child of enthusiastic pick making and messing up the scale. So he wanted to give me a pick, but didn't want to make one I already had. Didn't leave a lot of options. He wanted to make one so bad, so useless that you're almost guaranteed not to have one. Like I said, it's a fairly useless pick. However, will open very small padlocks. Hint, hint, wink, wink. And if I can get this out of here without destroying too many things. And it is a tiny little Bogota, beautifully polished. And let's find out if it indeed does work. Before we do that though, most of these little locks are not shielded. So there might be an even easier way. See if I can grab a little knife here. An even easier way than even raking it. So let's see if we can bypass this lock. And I don't think we can. No, this one, believe it or not, is shielded. So I'm going to have to use this. So let me find a small tension wrench. Turn this around like this. And I'm going to take this tiny little Bogota and see if we can make it work. And it does work. I will be using that. Thank you. All right, let's see what we got inside of here. Wow, that's a very nice case, I got to tell you. All right away, I'm seeing some Lockwoods. Very old Lockwood key and a very old Lockwood. He did say in the other letter, which I can't show because it's got some personal information on there, there's the key for the Lockwood that was on the case, little bitty guy right there. And we got a very old lock. Anyway, it's got his personal information on it, so I really can't show that. Another very nice looking lock here. These looks like a training lock, but we're missing. Oh, there's the plug right there. So one of the plugs has fallen out during shipment, so we're going to leave that one alone. We got we got a no name. This is made by 25. No clue. It's just a little very old lock. Looks like we got some keys for that guy. I'm looking for something shiny. We got a lane lock. It's almost like a Schlage tailpiece on it. A lot of flop in there, so for sure that's got some security pins. We got another lane. This one is very shiny. So we'll take a look. Let's see if we can't pick that one. I got another lane exactly like, so this must be both sides of the door. That would be the inside and this would be the outside. Let's try the outside one. See if we can get into this thing. Move this out of the way. Taking a chance here. Probably going to ruin this video, but hey, it won't be the first time. I'm sure there's a key in there somewhere, but I'm not going to worry about it because we don't need no stinking key. Let me move these out of the way so I can get at the picks. All right, pretty wide open keyway. I'm going to try, you've heard this before, try, top of the keyway. Maybe I shouldn't like shiny locks. Try that guy. 1.2 millimeters, the thickest one. That ought to work. And I'm going to try a medium hook in I think it's 15 thousandths. See if I can work from the bottom. Oh, I can. That's great. All right, plenty of room in there. Let's see if we can get into this guy. All the way in. I'm going to put heavy tension. Let me zoom in. And see if we can find a binder. There we go. There's pin 2. Okay, he's binding. Wow, crunchy. Okay, so I'll bet right away I'm going to say we got some serrateds in here. And I think we overset him because everybody else is still springy. So I'm going to release him. And let's try to hit him again with a little less enthusiasm. I got one click. I think that's all, but that's what we got. Here we go. Pin 4. I must have pushed him too far last time. Got to click on 4. Okay, that was 5. By the way, you can tell this is a 5-pin lock by the length of the Bible. Okay, that was 5. Oop, I might have just overset him. I'm betting everything in this thing is serrated. There's just a lot of, I feel like potato chips in there, Rice Krispies. Here we go, pin 3. Got a click and a very slight turn on the core there. That was 4. I got to click on him. I think 2 is picked. Okay, that was 4. I got a very slight turn on the core. 2 still feels good. Trying to get 1. No, we're good there. Still springy. Get under there. All right, still 1 is still good. Two is good. Okay, that was 1. Got a good solid click just as my garbage truck arrived. That was 4. I'm looking for feedback of any kind. There we go. 3, very slight counter rotation. Okay, that was 5 again. 1 click. Come on. Counter rotation on 5. Got a click and it stopped. We did get a little bit of a turn on the core there though. Something's weird on that pin. Okay, I've got a very deep fault set going now. I'm going to reset my tension wrench. Seems to be falling out. This whole time I'm very, very light tension because, as I said, with all the crunching, it definitely is serrated. I'm on 3. I'm getting a tiny bit of counter rotation. Come on. Okay, he gave me a click. Would you have thought a 5-pin lock would take this long? Okay, again 3. I'm still getting the counter rotation. Come on. Don't overset. Big click. Okay, I touched 5 and then we got a slight turn. Got a pretty good fault set going, and there we go. Alright, there's got to be a T-pin in there, no question about it, and I think everything else is serrated. And if I'm wrong, if I'm terribly wrong, we just won't show the video. Or my face in that reflective lock. I need to dull that, I guess. Alright, we do, I hope. I'm not going to take a chance. There's probably a key here, but I don't want to mess around with it just yet. So let's just go ahead and try to gut it as is. zoom this baby out. Alright, that is not a standard tailpiece, so I can't use the Schlag on it. It is some Australian Outback weirdness in terms of size. Looks like a cast metal core. There's your spring. Alright, we need a flat or close to flat tailpiece, which of course I don't have, but I have one that's close enough. And that ought to work. Let's just try it. Alright, thank goodness it's not weird in terms of size. And the weirdness is all right there in that core, I think. Alright, let's take a look. Standard. Homemade serrated. Multiple serrations on that guy. Very nice. Standard. Pin 4. Very long standard. And a serrated. And inside of here, let's take a look. For sure, number 2 and number 5 are serrated, but I am trying to see if there's some undercutting. And there is. This is undercut on number 3 on both sides, and so is chamber number 4. Yep, so we got some countermilling going on too, just to snag those pins. Let's see what we got upstairs. I bet there's more serrations. Alright, we have a standard. Nothing special there. Move along, nothing to see. And then number 2, very heavily serrated. Very nice homemade pin. If I can grab that spring. If not, I'll just bypass him. Let's just bypass him. Okay, number 3 looks like a commercial spool. Number 4, it is a homemade spool. And number 5, homemade serrated. Very sharp edges, very nicely done on that guy. And on the inside of here, let's dump some springs out. They're all the same, nothing unusual. Let's pull the top off, and that way we will positively be able to see if there's any mods to the chambers. And there are, of course. Looks like we got serrations in number 2 and number 5. And if we look on the inside, let me grab a light. I don't think we're going to find anything else in there. Nope. Just 2 and 5 serrated. So there you go, a lane from Australia and a beautiful, tiny little baby Bogota. By the way, let me show you a normal Bogota just for comparison. It is truly about 1/3 scale. Beautiful work. Anyway, thank you, sir. I appreciate it, Daniel, all the way from Australia. Guys, thanks for your time. Stay safe. Stay legal. By the way, guys, here's the key. If I'd looked at that before, I probably would have chosen a different lock. Maybe not quite so shiny. Anyway, there you go. That's what we're looking at.